SpaceX has revealed the new Starlink V5 terminal. It is 3 steps forward, but 1 back, and maybe not intended for mobile users. We've got all the details on this next generation Starlink system. Hi, I'm Chris at the Mobile Internet Resource Center, here to give you an update from SpaceX and Starlink. They have revealed their next generation residential terminal. They're calling it the Starlink V5. It is replacing what they're kind of previously calling the standard or the standard V4. So this is the new generation residential terminal. And we've known this is in the pipeline because during the lead up to the SpaceX IPO, Elon Musk would leave it sitting out on tables in front of him during interviews. So there was this new Starlink in the works. And well, now, as of last night, SpaceX has published the full specifications and started taking orders. So you can get this new next generation Starlink. But is it really a next generation? Is it really an evolution of Starlink? What are the new capabilities? And this is where things get interesting because it is improved in some ways, but in other ways, it's actually maybe a small step backwards. So, first off, the improvements. The Starlink V5 is substantially smaller than the standard V4. It is actually closer in size to the Starlink Mini, so much, much smaller physically, and it is lighter. It is actually the same weight as the Starlink Mini. So it is a much smaller receiver and much lighter, and very exciting for people who live off grid. It is much more power efficient than the Starlink standard that came before it. Power consumption has been cut in half. So those are 3 major improvements. But when you look at the actual specifications that Starlink is sharing, the peak speed of Starlink standard before, the standard V4, was 400 megabits per second. The new V5 is 375 megabits per second. So that is not a big regression, but it is a step in the wrong direction. Usually next generation hardware improves performance. But in this case, it seems like the main focus SpaceX had with V5 was bringing down production costs, not pushing up performance. And there were a lot of people who were hoping that SpaceX would be laying the groundwork for higher performance terminals to be ready for the next generation Starlink V3 satellites that are just about to start going into orbit. So this is not the terminal for that. This is to increase production quantity and lower production cost terminal. But along the way, you get better power consumption, smaller size, and everything else. So in a lot of ways, it seems like it's going to be a good improvement for mobile users. But there's another catch. Right there on the graphics that SpaceX is displaying on their website now for the V5, they're saying this is not for in-motion use. The kind of puzzling, though, that it is rated for 165 mile per hour winds, but it can't handle being on top of a vehicle. We're not sure what that actually is going to come out to in practice, whether they will block it from in-motion use or whether they will not allow this dish to be used on roam plans. But right now, you can only order this dish with Starlink residential plans, and they seem to be rolling it out only in select markets and only with select residential plans as they kind of transition from the standard V4 to the V5. And if you are wanting to order the Starlink V5 right now, we have discovered that you can find addresses where they will offer this to you on SpaceX's website, but they seem to have their ordering process perhaps a little bit confusing, where they're actually offering it for $349 to buy, but they're still also including the $10 a month rental fee. So they're not quite sure, is they're renting it or are they buying it, or they just have bugs in their order page right now. That'll probably be resolved in the next day or so, as they tend to have issues when they update their website and roll these things out. But we don't actually know what the final details will be around how SpaceX will price this. Will it always have a $10 rental fee attached to it, or can you buy it outright? But whether they're going to try and pass on the lower cost of manufacturing to consumers, we don't really suspect that will be the case. Eventually open this up for mobile users and roam plans? I don't know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Or we do actually suspect that there is a next generation Starlink Mini in the works, We don't know the actual specifications. All we know is there was another even smaller dish sitting on the table in front of Elon Musk during some of his pre-IPO interviews. So seems to be there's another Mini in the works, but we now know the details of the V5 that is now out, now available for order, and hopefully soon there'll be some real world testing to see is there any actual observable end user performance regressions, or is the improvement in size, power consumption, and weight. But still, that's the latest from Starlink, the new V5. It is up on the website. If you click around enough, you might find a chance to order it. And well, when we have actual hands-on time, we'll be sharing details with our members in our forums once we find other people sharing reports of actually getting this hardware. So that's the latest from SpaceX.
These videos are brought to you by our premium members, our mobile internet aficionados. They make it possible for us to track this news and create these videos. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to our channel, or better yet, consider becoming a member yourself.